Good morning. So yesterday I stayed up late to continue on this Bargue drawing. It's my first Bargue plate copy attempt, and I stayed up late because I got so frustrated. I felt stuck. I felt like the last couple of hours I would just put on too much graphite and then take off too much and then put on too much and then take off too much. It's almost like I can't physically manage to manipulate the graphite or put it down or lift it up as it's supposed to do, and I think it's because maybe first of all I am not used to graphite, and so I don't know how to be careful enough, although I thought I was a very careful person, and then I just can't seem to know how to fix it, and I got really frustrated, and then I went to bed very late, and my partner saw that I was being angry at this, so he stood up to drink some tea, and then I woke up this morning with some feedback, and I thought I could share it because it's quite good actually. So what I struggle with is lightening up in the shadows. As you can see, there is some light in here, and you're supposed to first make everything dark, and then you use this netted eraser in a very sharp point, and then you just lift up what needs to be lifted. And if you lift up too much, you can use a harder pencil to make it all even again. And I've been doing this for hours yesterday without any results. It's still not really anything there. Also in the light areas it's supposed to be much lighter and with the variety. So okay, this is darker and this around is lighter and this is darker. This is all the tones in the light, and for some reason it's just way too dark. So yeah, and I tried, and every time I tried to lift up the dark, it got patchy and I lifted up too much. And if I tried to, for example, lift up a little dark dot, I have drawn too hard on the paper so that it's kind of stuck, and whenever I try to use this one a little bit harder, what happens is, I don't know if you can see, let me show you, it's very soft, so it's just gonna bend. The problem with that is I will then not be removing the dot I was intending to remove, but I'm removing whatever was around it, so it just gets like a patchy, almost like small footsteps by this one. So I'm clueless on how to fix that. I really tried for hours and I got really frustrated, and so he left some comments to me. The first one saying, if the area is generally too dark, bring up the light again, but just by removing the most dark dots, and then look again, and then repeat. So if there is an area that is too dark, I will have to look for only, let's say this is a very dark spot, right? So I'm just gonna remove this one very gently. Oh, I managed actually. And then I will have to sit back and look, maybe that was enough, because sometimes you can't really see a difference until you have done too much, or that's probably what's happening to me, that I don't see until it's too late. Okay, so that was a good point. And the other one is, if it's too light, vice versa, just fill in the most light dots first and then go back and look again. So if something is too light, just use, also he said I should use harder pencil. This is the F. I don't have the H. I have the 2H, but I have the F, so I'm gonna try with the F. And then if it's too light, I'm just gonna put in a few dots just where it's in the absolute lightest dots and see if that is enough, and just leave the rest instead of going like this trying to fill in, because that's going to be too much. And that's what he said. I'm gonna try that. The other one he said is I think you're doing good. So that's great. That's sweet. And then yeah, and then he tells me to be more precise with the shape of the wrinkles. Okay, so the overall shape of all of these wrinkles are not entirely correct to this one, and it's probably because I've been moving them around so many times with drawing them on, erasing them, drawing on, erasing them, drawing on, and it's just like the lines they have moved a lot, so I need to just redo the whole part. Maybe I should just erase the whole thing and start over, I don't know, because the slight lifting off thing is yeah, maybe I should just start this part over. Okay, what else? And then he says too dark in the light, which is true. This is too dark because this is very light actually, and I know this. I don't know how to make it lighter, but like you said, I should use a H, and I don't have a H, so I'll try the 2H pencil that I have, as you can see, because this is a very light pencil. Maybe that will do. And then one last little note. He says, you're going too dark in the light, don't lose the darkest in the shadows. You're not using H. What the fuck? Don't overdo the contrast in the lights or in the darks or in the shadows. And that is true. So yeah, he's repeating himself, but it's true. I just need to figure out how to physically manage to work with this and the pencil, because it's driving me nuts. So today I'm gonna take a pause. I'm not gonna work on it, but I'm very happy for the feedback I got. And this is the setup. So the pencils, and then this one to always have a sharp pencil, and yeah.